We are tonight's entertainment.
What the fuck is this, Chet?
This is a tasty burger.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
You like Huey Lewis on the news?
Is this your homework, Larry?
Watch it spill your beans.
Welcome back.
To the Jolly Scoop.
Jolly Scoop. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Delivering happiness around the world
Around the globe.
with the film scoop.
With the film scoop. With the Jolly Scoop.
The Jolly Scoop
Sorry.
is what brings happiness to
Yep.
little boys and girls abroad.
Yep. What would they do without us? Without the Jolly Scoop?
They'd be getting into all kind of mischievous activities.
Yeah. We gotta be here for them.
We're
to
putting them
keep
on the
them
straight
grounded.
and narrow, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be running around with their pants off all the time without
Running
the
amok.
scoop.
Yeah.
We can't have that. We have responsibility.
They have to tune into this very R-rated podcast to keep their head
Where they
on
learn
straight.
nothing and just just hear about dudes. I'm ashamed of what we are.
Well, they can at least look at me and be like, well, don't be like that guy. Don't be a moron.
Yeah, they can learn from how stupid you are.
Yeah.
So that's a plus. Yeah, we got the Jolly Scoop today, fellas. Got a couple movies to talk about. We're gonna give you our top 5 Christmas movies, and I have a top 3 worst.
I think I have one extra.
Okay, because I wanted to do top 5 worst, but I haven't seen enough bad Christmas movies, and I didn't want to put something in there that I liked, just because I needed 5. So I'm just doing 3. And I think there's a couple things to talk about in terms of news. I was just telling you about the Sean Gunn thing, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah. So for the scoopers out there, there was that quote from Zachary Levi today where he said, "I guess if you're the brother of the guy that runs DC, then you can just get whatever job you want." And first of all, in his defense, it was like it sounds bad when you just read it like that, but when you watch the interview clip, like he wasn't. It seems worse on paper than like how he actually said it, but
Was he trying to like deliver it comedically?
kind of. Yeah, kind of. It was like kind of backhanded, but like kind of. It didn't really seem like he was super salty about it, but I just thought it was so funny that he was like taking shots at Sean Gunn because he's mad about like not working with DC as he's on the press tour for Chicken Run 2: Dawn of the Nugget. Like he's taking shots at people, and you can visibly see in the background the poster for Chicken Run 2: Dawn of the Nugget. And it's like that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
That's what his life has come to. Is being in
God.
Chicken Run 2: Dawn of the Nugget. So he's upset that Sean Gunn's getting handouts from his brother. But first of all, Sean Gunn I've never seen him in a movie and thought he was bad.
Yep.
He's completely fine as an actor. He can be funny. I liked him as Kraglin. I think he's funny as like the 10 seconds as Calendar Man. So
Yeah.
like, and he's James Gunn's brother. Like if I was a director, I'd cast my brother in shit too.
Yeah.
I don't have a brother, but if I did, I would do that.
Yeah, I see people like there's people that talk shit about that all the time, but like in reality, like that just happens. Like there was a guy, I think it was some comedian, he was like, "Oh, John David Washington, had a lot more opportunities because he's Denzel Washington's son." Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But guess what? He's also fucking good.
Yeah.
And Denzel Washington worked his fucking ass off, is one of the fucking best actors ever.
Yeah.
And yeah, people are going to look at his son and say, if you say that he's as good as you, I believe you.
I have a pretty firm stance on the whole nepotism thing in Hollywood because a lot of people attack artists or actors or whoever and just call them nepo babies and like disregard whatever they do. And first of all, 95% of Hollywood is nepotism. So if you're not a fan of that, you can pack your bags because that's what Hollywood is. It's who you know.
Hit the road, Jim.
That is all Hollywood is who you know. There is very small amount of people that had no connections. Yeah. Even like I was listening to a commentary for Matt Reeves' commentary on something, and he was talking about how when he was like 16, like he was making like Super 8 films, and somehow was like neighbors, or like his neighbor was a friend of Steven Spielberg. So Steven Spielberg
crazy.
came to his film festival when he was 16 and like basically gave him an in, and like he had like that connection instantly when he was 16. And like I think Matt Reeves is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like he isn't great because he knew Steven Spielberg at a young age. Like that's just a connection that helped him get to where he is, but he's extremely talented.
Yeah.
So people say it about Maya Hawke and John David Washington, and people say it all the time, and it's like first of all, like barely anybody in Hollywood was just, from nothing. That rarely ever happens. Second of all, there's a lot of famous people's kids that you never hear about and never do anything because they have no aspirations, or they aspire to something else. They become a doctor and you never hear about them.
Yeah.
But like these people are talented. Maya Hawke is very talented. I don't care if she's someone's daughter or someone's, like it. You still have to have that talent.
Yeah.
And people are upset that Shyamalan's daughter is directing a movie next year and she's like 19. It's like Shyamalan's a big time director that has connections everywhere. Like, would you not do that for your daughter?
Yeah.
And if you did, would you want people attacking your daughter because you gave her an opportunity? No, that's what parents are supposed to provide for their kids.
Yeah.
That's literally your job as a parent. So if your daughter comes to you and says, hey, I want to be a director like you, you're going to do everything you can to help her.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like, well, John David's like Denzel's son. He can't, like, he can be bad and it's fine. If he's bad, he's not going to get the shit that he's doing. People are going to say that guy's a bad actor.
If people are getting jobs because they're someone's kid and they're really bad, that's different. Like, I haven't seen it, but notoriously Sofia Coppola's really bad in Godfather 3. And she got cast because she's Coppola's daughter.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay to make fun of her or make fun of that performance, or make fun of Coppola in general for like casting his daughter because she was apparently really bad. But it's rarely that when people are talking about nepotism. Yeah. It's rarely ever, oh, John David Washington isn't a good actor. He's just famous because of his dad.
Yeah.
Like,
because you know who else is has a famous dad? Chet Hanks.
Yeah. And you know what Chet Hanks is doing now? Fucking not shit. If you guys ever want to know what Tom Hanks' son looks like, just look up Chet Hanks, and that's a real man right there.
Let's just say it's going to be a bit surprising.
I mean, what a baller move to name your son Chet.
I didn't think old Tom had it in him.
And I didn't think he did either.
But he busted a nut and was like, that's Chet.
Yep, that's Chet.
Right there.
So yeah, the whole Sean Gunn thing is like somebody, I think it was this guy named Seb in like one of my group chats. He said that Sean Gunn is so overrated. I was like, when has anyone ever praised Sean Gunn? Like, you know who my favorite actor is? Fucking Sean Gunn. When has that ever happened? No one ever talks about him. How can he be overrated? He's just like a cool side character in like all of the movies he's in. Like he's never bothered me. So like I don't have a problem with. He's not getting cast as Superman. Like he's gonna play a side character.
It would be really funny if like you walked into someone's house and they had a shrine to Sean Gunn.
Yeah. That would be really funny.
Their favorite thing ever. Sean Gunn.
Yeah. Not James Gunn.
All of his 3 different fucking roles that he's had.
Sean Gunn also did the he does the motion capture for Rocket.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he plays Kraglin, but he did the motion capture work on set for Rocket, which is pretty sick.
That is awesome.
No one ever really talks about that, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say about the whole Zachary Levi thing. I just thought it was funny.
He needs to fucking cool his jets, dude.
Yeah, but it's not a good move.
Cooler scooter.
It's not a good move in any way for him to say that. Like, if you want DC to bring you back as Shazam, shitting on the guy who runs DC and his brother isn't going to help you. And you also just look salty and thirsty for a job. And jealous.
Yeah, when you're doing Chicken Run promotions.
Yeah, when you're promoting Chicken Run 2 Dawn of the Nugget. So
Dude, that title is crazy.
I'm never going to refer to that movie and not say the whole name because it's got an incredible
That
name.
might be the best movie ever made.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there was any like new trailers to talk about or any news.
We've got that Godzilla X Con trailer that we still haven't seen.
Do we need to?
I ask you to watch it, and you always say, "Do we need to?" And I go, "I'd like to see it." And then
I mean, if you ever pull it up and say, "Hey, watch this with me," I'll do it.
I'm just gonna watch.
I just never think to do that.
I'm gonna partake in it.
You have fun with that.
I probably won't, but my eyes have to.
When you see Godzilla and Kong running side by side towards the camera, and for some reason Kong is wearing the Infinity Gauntlet, you can have a great time doing that.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I hope they go nuts with it.
Yeah. Also, just a side note, I put on some green lights in here for like, the Jolly Scoop, just kind of immerse us in the festivities. And Carl came in here in his robe, and he looked down at his robe, and he was like, "What the fuck? This isn't my robe." And I was like, "Well, I don't have a robe. Your wife doesn't have a robe.
Logan does have a robe.
It wouldn't fit you. Like,
I used to wear her robe.
I've never seen her wear a robe, first of all, but he was like, "This isn't my robe." And I was like, "Are you sure? Like, who else would it be?" He's like, "Dude, this is fucking black." And then I was like, "Is it because of the green lights I have on?" And then he flipped the lights on, and he was like, "Oh." And it was just his robe, but the green lights made his red robe look black.
Well, because
so he had like a full-on acoustic moment for a second.
My family's been doing laundry here for the past 2 days, and I didn't know if there was some kind of mishap. And I was wearing a robe in which I should not be wearing. But I went down in my pocket, and I have the Polar Express pocket on my right side. So I was like, this is definitely mine because I can get my fingers through. The bell's going straight through this
Straight
thing.
through, yeah.
So, yeah, that was weird. I didn't think that the green lights would, like, fuck up my eyes like that much.
Yeah, it does look black. It's also like, come on. Let's get real. Your robe didn't all of a sudden turn black. Let's just use the context clues here. Yeah, I guess we can just get into the watch list. I'm not sure if there was anything else to discuss.
There is one thing to discuss. Something that I want to bring up. We watched, on our watch list was one of the Before movies. I don't remember which one. But I was sitting there, I was like, let's get to it. Let's watch this movie. And you were like, well, are you going to put it in? And I was like, well, I wasn't going to. I'm kind of in the middle of about to eat my food. And you looked over at, you didn't even look at me. You were just still staring at the screen. You went, well, I'm in the middle of cupping my sack. So you put it on me. The burden of guilt was on me to go get up and put the movie in because you had a fucking handful of ball. Yes, this happened. Dude, Carl's I didn't think what I said was that funny, but the way Carl reacted to it, he was mid-chew, and like he almost spit out his food and had to look away. He went... You couldn't have
said it. So then I started laughing because of how he reacted.
You couldn't have said it more aggressive than how you said it. Well, I'm in the middle of cupping my sack.
I didn't say it like that.
Yes, you did.
No.
Dude. It caught me so off guard. I did not expect that.
And guess who put it in? Not the guy cupping his sack.
No, it was too good, dude. I couldn't sit there and make you do that after you fucking schooled me like that.
I sat there, sack cupped, watching a movie.
You leaned over.
Didn't move a muscle.
Buckled my seatbelt and took me to school.
And said, nighty night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I'm
glad you brought that up.
You own me.
Probably wouldn't have remembered that.
Yeah, you demolished me in that moment.
That was a pretty good moment.
That was good.
That'll go into the scoop lore.
Yeah. And now
the history books.
The fans know that you touch your balls when you're watching a movie.
Who doesn't?
I don't really do that.
If you're not touching your balls while you're watching a movie, You're not watching movies the right way, my man.
It depends on the movie. If I'm watching Call Me by Your Name,
that's especially when you cup the sack.
Yeah, that's when you really grip the balls.
Yeah. Watching the Batman, sack is cupped. Yeah. Watching The Nice Guys, sack is cupped. If I'm watching The Open House, it doesn't deserve a cupped sack. So
I'll
I'll
fucking get up and pee watching The Open House. I won't even look at my wiener.
That's how much I hate it. I won't even push it down. Yeah. I'll just pee all over the wall. I can't look at my penis while I watch The Open House. It doesn't deserve it.
And I don't even need to be in the same room as The Open House.
Yeah. I'll just let it play in another room. Yeah. I'll go take a 20-minute shit and not even pause it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it keeps your hands warm.
It does.
If we're getting into the logistics of this, it makes complete sense.
You had a hoodie on with pockets to put your hands in.
Do you think a hoodie pocket is as warm as a sack? Is that what you're telling me?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that there was other options.
Any options as warm as a sack? If you have an alternative, if you have something you can tell me that's as warm as a sack, I'm all ears. Take me to school. But you know one thing that's not going to happen? That.
I think you got me. I think you got me in a corner.
It's like a built-in hand warmer.
Yeah.
You know those little hand warmers you had to like shake up and put in your pockets on your way to school when it was really cold? I have one of those on me 24/7, strapped up.
Fucking year-round.
Anytime
dude.
I need it. Cup and sack. That's what's happening. So we'll get into the watch list, I believe.
Yep.
Not much else to talk about. A solo watch for me. Oppenheimer.
That's awesome. That's super
Third
cool.
watch. Why did I watch this? Because I felt like it. You ever heard of that? Because I fucking felt like it.
Dude. I fucking love Oppenheimer, dude. I love the United States of America.
Milk.
And Oppenheimer, dude. I'm a fucking psychopath.
That's the Mount Rushmore of Carl.
Dude. I'm a fucking lunatic. I was listening to fucking Made in America on my way home from work, and I was like, God, dude, this is the best feeling
Hell yeah,
ever.
brother.
And I went, I gotta watch Oppenheimer. I had that thought in my head. I was like, God.
You
watch
turned on Can You
Oppenheimer.
Hear the Music?
Yeah.
You started pretending you were Oppenheimer.
God, it's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah. It was
you don't
my
need an excuse to go watch it.
Yeah. It's it was my third watch. Watched it on 4K. Watched it in 2 parts. I was halfway through and had to go do something. But dude, that is the quickest 3 hours, right behind the Batman, that I've ever witnessed in a film.
Oh, dude.
It is crazy how fast, like, it is a skill that Christopher Nolan has to be able to make movies go by that fast. Because, I love that scene in Daddy's Home
right
2.
over there.
Sorry, we have Daddy's Home 2 in the background for the Christmas vibes, and the mirror scene's really funny.
It's still you, Brad.
Fuck people for hating on Daddy's Home 2. It's funny.
Dude, coming up with the Christmas list of top Christmas movies, it really dawned on me how much people hate on like Christmas movies that I think are funny or like really good.
Yeah. Yeah, because if I'm watching a comedy, all I want it to be is funny.
Yeah.
So if it's a comedy and it's funny and it takes place during Christmas, that's a good Christmas movie. I don't need like a good story or like good messages. Like, just be funny.
Yeah.
That's why I like The Night Before.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious. So that's all I need. But anyways, Oppenheimer. Some movies you watch and they just drag. They just feel long. Killers of the Flower Moon, I'm sorry. Love Marty. Movie feels long. It does. You feel every minute of it. Even like something like Silence, which I really like. It's like you feel like you're watching a long movie. And dude, Christopher Nolan, like, I remember when I first heard this was his next movie, I was kind of disappointed. Because he was coming off Tenet, he was coming off an original movie, like a sci-fi epic. I just thought it was so sick. And, like, hearing he's doing a biopic about Oppenheimer, it was like, it has the risk of being boring.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't really something I was too thrilled about, but Nolan's my favorite director, so obviously I'm going to be there day one. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I never imagined it would be this good.
It had the complete adverse effect on me, dude.
Yeah.
When you told me what was going on, I was bricked up out of my mind.
Yeah. Your favorite director making a movie about nuclear fission.
Yeah. I couldn't have thought of a better thing to happen to me.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah.
Than for that to happen.
Yeah. But 3 times, dude, it gets better. Like, it hasn't gotten worse for me.
Yeah.
It's one of the best scores I've ever heard. Not going to lie.
No,
not going to tell a lie here.
Yeah.
It's up there with some of the best scores I've ever heard. It better win the Oscar for best score, or else bad things are going to happen to some people. Not naming names, but yeah. I remember, like, you came in and you were like, when are we watching Before Sunset? And I was like, I was waiting on you. Like, I was watching this because I thought you were doing shit. I was doing this to pass time, and you were like, no, I've been waiting on you. So I was like,
you went, well, let me just finish this real fast.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, I can turn this off. And I thought I was like halfway through. Like, I thought there was still like an hour left or something. And I checked the time. There was 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, I thought there was an hour left of this movie, and there's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a great sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it flies by. So, yeah, I fucking love it.
I've got the itch for it, for sure. For a while, I was like, I'm going to make Logan watch it, and I had to bring myself back to reality and be like, I love this movie. I want to force my fucking wife to love this movie, but she doesn't care about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to watch it on my own and have a good time.
Yeah. She's not gonna like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
It's not
do that.
Shrek.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we've shown her Nolan stuff before, and it's just, I want to say she kind of liked Inception, but like not really.
She
didn't like Interstellar. It's just not really her alley.
Yeah,
it's not her jam.
Doesn't really like. She likes live PD. That's what she likes.
Live PD and Shrek 2.
And game shows.
Yeah.
I promise she's not 74 years old.
You would think.
She's my age.
Context clues,
but that's just what she's into.
Hey, you can't hate.
Yeah.
So yeah, Oppenheimer. It's fucking amazing. Best movie of the year. I love the quote that the movie opens with. Prometheus stole fire from the gods. For this, he was chained to a rock and tortured for eternity.
Mm-hmm.
A perfect summation of what the film is, and it just also sounds really sick.
Yeah.
So, I love when movies open with a quote.
Yeah, dude, that shit.
It's really cool.
Is awesome.
I don't know if she did it in Barbie, but Greta Gerwig's first 2 movies started with a quote. Lady Bird and Little Women both start with a quote.
What was the quote for Little Women?
I don't remember.
Some quote.
I do not remember. But I
That's
think
okay.
I think the quote for Lady Bird was something about like, anyone who doesn't hate Sacramento has never been there before, or something like that.
I think it was.
It was something funny like that. But yeah, I don't think she did one for Barbie, but it seemed like she really liked doing that for a while. Anyways, yeah, shout out to Josh Peck.
Oh yeah,
for Oppenheimer. 20 minutes. That's his best line.
Yeah. What was it before that? It's charged.
Yeah, it's charged. He says 20 minutes. He says, but what does he say? When they first come to him,
yeah,
he's like, but we're not soldiers, or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to Josh Peck.
They were fucking feeding him lines, and he was just
he was eating them up. Yeah, he's a demon. He was on goblin mode the whole time. Later that night, we watched Before Sunset, and these conversations about the Before movies may be a little underwhelming because I just really don't know what to really say about them. They're very slice of life movies, and we'll just talk about Before Midnight while we're at it too, even though it's further down the watch list. We'll just talk about them together. I really don't have too much to say about them. They're just really natural, realistic depictions of love, and I think that that's really cool. Yeah. Because movies typically really romanticize love, and it's like this fairy tale thing, sort of like what Before Sunrise does. It's very like romantic and poetic, and the sequels kind of bring reality into it. Yeah. And
it's kind of like different stages in people's relationships. Like, you know, this event will happen in the first movie, and then the second movie is people, you know, such amount of time has passed, and that's where they're at. And there really isn't a lot to talk about as far as the movie goes, because there's not really a lot that goes on. It's a lot of...
If you've seen them before, you know it's two people talking for 90 minutes.
It's a lot of really good dialogue, and the dialogue between the two main characters, Ethan Hawke and I don't remember
Julie Delpy.
Yeah, it's very soulful dialogue. They're really kind of bearing themselves out there to the other person and kind of just voicing all these really crazy thoughts or interesting ideas that they have to the other person, and then they reciprocate or say something about it.
Yeah, it's just very natural dialogue. It feels very genuine, and with two actors that have some of the best chemistry I've probably seen in a movie. Yeah. And a lot of it's improv, I know that, but like it never feels like acting. It just feels like documentary work almost. Yeah. And you know, that's a testament to Richard Linklater, the Link God. He's just a stud.
Yeah, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah. So I really enjoy these movies. And I like how I feel like they all work really well together as like a cohesive story. Especially Before Midnight, the way it like kind of starts in this like really positive light, I guess. It's like they have kids, and they're often I guess I don't know. I don't want to really get into spoilers, I guess, but it's kind of hard to talk about them without it. But Before Midnight kind of centers around them like not getting along, at least towards the second half of the movie. That's kind of what it's about, is them not getting along, and it's honestly like hard to watch at some points because it feels so real. Yeah. And it's never like, it's often not like dramatized, and like Marriage Story, how they start screaming at the top of their lungs at each other. It's like, I like Marriage Story, but this is much more like, seems more genuine. Yeah. And how arguments actually happen. And you have like a good reason for them to be arguing too about this like decision that Ethan Hawke is like debating. And I don't know, I really liked it. I think my ranking is probably the release order.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I prefer like in release order. That's my favorites. I don't know, I just feel like Before Sunrise, it has none of the baggage of the other two movies where they're talking about their problems. Yeah. And it's just like two people meeting and having interesting conversations and walking around Paris. Yeah. That's fucking sick. But Before Sunrise is like close behind, or Before Sunset is close behind Before Sunrise. I think that one really flew by, and more really great writing, and one of the better endings, I feel. What was weird was I've never seen that movie, but I think I saw that ending somewhere.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it was like on a YouTube compilation or something, or if I saw it on Twitter. I don't know, but it was like I had deja vu when I watched the ending, and I felt like I had seen it before, but I don't know. Maybe I saw it on TV when I was a kid. I don't know.
Could have been.
But yeah, the Before Trilogy. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I get why people love it, but it didn't really like affect me. Like I watched them and I was like, those are good.
Yeah, I respect the hell out of what they are. I did enjoy them, but I don't think that they're as high up in my own personal catalog as like how most people have them.
Yeah. A lot of people label that trilogy as like a masterpiece and the best, like romance movies of all time. And it's like, I guess that's not really my genre anyways. Like that's not, something that I'm too confident in saying it is or isn't that, because it's not really like what I watch most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're good. I don't know. I didn't go crazy for them.
Yeah.
But I gave the first 2 4.5s, and I gave the third one a 4.
That's about right.
So yeah, those are good. And then the big kahuna here, what I've been the most excited to talk about. Last Wednesday, we saw The Abyss.
Oh my God, The Abyss.
And this is Jim Cameron.
Yep. Old Jimmy.
As Arnold calls him, Jim.
Yep.
And they re-released this, and they re-released it in theaters. If you're not aware, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but The Abyss is an old movie that came out in 1989 by James Cameron, and it's had a notoriously bad, like, I don't know how to explain it, but the what do you call them? Like the transfers, like I think it got a DVD. It may have not even gotten a DVD, but it never got a Blu-ray or 4K or anything. It's really hard to find on like streaming. It's never streaming on anything. I think you may be able to rent it, but it's going to look really bad because of the transfer. It's just been like really hard to get a hold of for so many years. So they finally did a 4K remaster of it, and they're putting it out on 4K Blu-ray and adding extra scenes. It's like an extended edition. And then they released it in theaters for one night, for one showing per theater. And if you had to work that night, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like if someone gets sick in your family and you got to stay home with them, you're fucked. You missed it. Like there was no other days or show times or anything. There was one time. Luckily, I didn't have anything to do, so I got to see it. And in all transparency, like I like The Abyss. I think I had it at a 3.5 before I rewatched it, but I didn't remember anything. I just thought it would be cool to see it in theaters because it's a James Cameron movie. It's an old movie. It's a new 4K remaster.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it would be fun. I didn't really know how much I'd like it, but I was kind of blown away by it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I've seen The Abyss twice before we watched it in theaters, and it's been a really long time since I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I watched it was on the Sci-Fi Channel on TV. And I saw like the second half of it. I didn't even start it, and I was like, dude, this movie is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the I want to say it was my first like really true feeling like sci-fi movie.
Mm-hmm.
With like the suits, the big like the crafts that they were using to move around the water, the fucking aliens, all that stuff. I was like really thrown by it. I was like, holy shit, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah. I watched it with my dad like a few years ago, and I just kind of like liked it. I didn't think it was anything crazy, but I don't know exactly how much they added for this new edition, but I like it significantly more than I did before, and I think they changed the ending like a decent amount with this new edition.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't know what's just me being like foggy brain.
Yeah.
And not really remembering, but I don't remember it ending the way it ended. And there was some stuff where I was like, oh, fuck, dude, when did that happen?
Yeah. So it's like a mix of they added new stuff, and I also hadn't seen it in years, so I could have just forgotten some stuff. But it's really fucking good. It's the cast is great. The way it's actually shot and like made is the things you're seeing on screen. They're throughout the whole movie basically. I'm like, how did they film this?
Yeah,
this makes no sense. Like this would be hard to film today.
Yeah, it looked incredible.
It's pretty like other than I think it's pretty commonly known that there's like aliens in the movie. So I don't know if I consider that spoilers. You know that there's something down there. But other than like the aliens, there's pretty much no CGI. It's all done practical, and I'll get into the behind the scenes stuff after I talk about the movie because there's some interesting stuff there. But
that's something I thought about too. Like when we were watching it, this isn't really like a spoiler because people are underwater. It's called the Abyss.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a point where this guy is like traversing this fucking ship, and the water's around him. He falls over. Like I see several people fall over, like on fucking handrails and stuff. And I'm like, dude, that sucked.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you got Ed Harris leading this like team of they're like oil drillers.
Yeah.
They're just like working class people drilling oil down there, and then they get like this message from the government saying that they need their ship, like their submarine, to go rescue a bomb. It's like a nuclear
a sub crashed.
Russian sub, right?
No, it was Americans. They think the Russians attacked an American sub.
Oh.
So the sub crashed. They released an emergency buoy.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we need, like, by the time we got our stuff here, any hope of survival, which is already very small,
mm-hmm.
is going to be, like, gone. So we need your equipment. And they were like, okay, we'll go with you to look for the sub.
Yeah, so you've got these soldiers getting on the ship. So you've got this conflict between these working class oil drillers and these soldiers that think they're like better and more important than everyone else. And Ed Harris, like this woman that gets on the ship, is Ed Harris's ex-wife, and they're like, well, they're still technically married, but they're separating and they're not getting along. And he's like, oh, fucking great, now I'm stuck with her on this
There's
on
the
the ship.
Bitch of the world.
Yeah. So I don't want to spoil too much about like the character arcs and everything, but the characters are all great, and there's a lot of great character arcs, and there's also a lot of comedy that's really funny.
Yeah.
And like I said, the way it's shot and everything, it's just, and the fact that we saw it in a theater certainly helped with like the immersion of it.
Oh,
it really feels like you're watching people in a submarine, like going down into an abyss.
Yeah. And I'd like, again, the team that Ed Harris is leading, like, I remember a lot of their names.
Yeah.
Like, that's how, like, they all have their own really unique
quirks.
Yeah, thing. Like,
yeah.
Hippie, flatbed, like, I was like, dude, these are my guys.
Yeah. So you care about all the characters. It's really well paced. You have conflict with the aliens. You have conflict between the oil drill workers. You have the conflict between the oil drill workers and the like military people.
Yeah. And
it just culminates into something really, really great. You have all this cool technology, like the water that's infused with like oxygen.
Yeah,
sort of.
They explain it quick because they're just like telling like a guy about it.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like the same liquid that you kind of like breathe when you're a baby in the womb, I guess, is kind of how he described it. But I don't know about that shit, dude. I'm not a biologist, but it was some kind of fluid that you were able to breathe in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to go ahead now that we're on this topic. I kind of want to get into the behind the scenes stuff. So I gave it a 4.5. I think it's fucking awesome. Probably James Cameron's most underrated movie. And I think I can't really say I think everyone should watch it in theaters because, I mean, that's come and gone. But, like, I really hope everyone who wanted to see it got to see it because it's fucking amazing in theaters. Yeah. And I'm going to get that 4K.
Yeah, I was going to say, everyone just definitely get that 4K and check it out. I think it's worth it.
It's a really beautiful movie, and especially with, like, the ending. The ending feels very Spielbergian. Yeah. And, like, the score that they play and, like, the significance of the ending. And it also has Cameron's, like, trademark marine life and, like, humanitarian side. So I just think it's a really cool, beautiful movie that I really love. And now I want to get into the behind-the-scenes stuff because I didn't know when I watched it, but The Abyss has, like, a notoriously bad production. Do you know anything about this?
I don't know anything about it.
Dude.
I can't imagine that it was very streamlined, though.
So
it seemed like a big undertaking.
Pretty much everything they were doing from a technical aspect hadn't been done before. So it was already like a huge technical challenge. When he signed on to make The Abyss, the studio thought he was going to use miniatures and CGI to do everything. And he was like, yeah, fuck you. I'm like, if I'm going to make a movie about people in the sea, I'm going to make it, we're going to shoot it practically. And it's going to look like they're in the sea.
If I'm going to make a movie about people in the sea, put people in the sea.
Yeah, so he didn't put people in the sea because you can't really do that. But they found this big silo in like the middle of nowhere in like Kansas or something. Somewhere where you normally wouldn't shoot a movie. And they found this huge silo that was big enough to film in. And they painted the walls black and made it look like it was deep sea. And so there were a shit ton of problems with this silo and this tank that they built because like it worked for like a day or two and they got some footage and then fungi started growing on everything and the water was too cloudy for the cameras to see anything. So they had to like dump all that water out and put chlorine in it so it wouldn't get fungi. But then the chlorine started turning the actors' hair bleach blonde and giving them chemical burns because they put too much chlorine in it. Yeah. And it was like this endless cycle of the tank fucking up and having to stop production and like the actors getting upset that like with all the shit that they're dealing with. And Cameron is also notoriously hard to work with. Mm-hmm. He's David Fincher-esque with like being a perfectionist, but he's not as cool about it as Fincher is. Fincher's a very quiet, like gentle guy, and Cameron's more like in your face, like go fuck yourself type of thing, and he's just gonna have it the way he wants it, and it doesn't work for a lot of people. And so the actors kind of like hated it like working for him because he was very demanding, and Ed Harris almost drowned.
Holy shit.
Because so going back to the water oxygen thing, in the movie they try it out on a rat because that water actually is real. That's a real thing. They did that on the rat. That's not like some special effect. They used that water on the rat because you can do it on like small animals like that, but you can't do it on a human. So they had to fake it for Ed Harris's. When he uses it, it's just like water, and he has to pretend to, he has to make a movie.
Oh, I kind of figured that they like when I saw that, I figured that his helmet was like double layered.
No, dude, he was fucking in a helmet full of water.
Holy
he
shit.
Almost drowned, and he freaked out and punched James Cameron because like he was like James Cameron was holding the shot for too long, and Ed Harris was trying to say like I'm drowning, like I need to take this thing off, and James Cameron was like pushing it too far, so he freaked out and like punched him and got a bunch. Like the whole set was just so heated for like the entire production because the actors weren't getting along with James Cameron. There was one time James Cameron was like in the tank setting up shots. He was like setting up props and getting things the way he needed it for the shot. And he ran out of oxygen in his oxygen tank. So, because his assistant didn't like warn him, she was supposed to warn him like, hey, it's under 10%, come back up.
Yeah.
She didn't warn him. So he almost drowned and he swam up to he dropped all of his gear and like swam up to the top as quickly as he could. But the diver who was supposed to like help him was putting a mask, like he was putting a mask on his face to like give him air.
Yeah.
But the mask was broken and was sending water down his throat. So he was
God.
trying to push the guy off and like go back up, like just keep doing what he was doing and going back to the top of the water. And the guy kept pulling him down. So he punched the guy in the face so he could get away from him and swam to the top so he could breathe. And then he fired the diver and his assistant for not.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, it was shit like that all the time. This one studio executive came up in the middle of production and started bitching at him that he was over budget and it was taking too long. And then he put Ed Harris's water helmet on the guy and started letting him choke and drown for like 20 seconds and then took it off. And he was like, that's what making this movie feels like. I don't need you fucking coming here telling me I'm over budget. Everyone's already having a hard time. Go fuck yourself.
How did he?
And then the guy left.
Put the helmet on him
to fucking drown him.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like, if you're there to tell him that he's over budget and he gets all pissed off, like, why don't you try this helmet on? I would have been like, no, I'm not here to do that,
dude. Yeah,
I don't want to do that. Jim, I don't want to do that.
I feel like there's some other stuff I'm probably forgetting.
Probably, yeah, dude. I thought, like, you know what I mean with like if they did 2 layers of plastic, you could flood that front layer and make it look like.
But it would also look. You would also like be able to tell. Pretty easily.
But like I guess, I don't think most people would think that like fluid is real. So I would have assumed like, oh, some weird fluid.
Dude, but when I was watching it, like, I didn't know any of the behind the scenes stuff, but I was watching it and I was like, how the fuck did they film this? Like, he's breathing water in the scene. So it's the whole movie's incredible. You see stuff like that all the time, where you're just like, how the fuck did they do this? And fucking
the old fire truck
firefighters
right out front. Firefighters.
Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the actress who plays the lady. What's her name? The character.
I don't remember. Is that like Cassandra?
No, it's not that. I can't remember her name, but there's like one lead woman in the movie, and she has a scene where she has to get revived, and they have to take off her shirt to do it. So this actress is like laying on the ground in front of the entire cast and crew with her shirt off, and she's freezing cold. And apparently James Cameron was doing like way too many takes of that scene, and it was upsetting her and like everyone else. And because she was like getting, not only was she like in the nude, I mean, I guess that's like something actors and actresses just kind of get used to, and it shouldn't really bother you because you signed up to do the movie. But she's also like getting her chest pumped like in that whole scene, which isn't like a comfortable thing to happen.
Yeah,
like it's not
There's
fun
also
to happen
like
to you.
I'm sure like she had to have been cold, and like if you like she's soaking wet, they pull her out. I don't know if they heated the water or not, but like if she's cold, like she's got like how do you stop yourself from shivering?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're cold.
Yeah, so she refuses to talk about The Abyss.
Holy cow.
She won't like talk about it. Everyone hated working on it. They nicknamed the cast and crew nicknamed the movie The Abuse.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's YouTube videos on it. Y'all should watch them because it's really interesting.
I'm gonna do it.
If you want more information, there's a ton I'm probably forgetting. There's like a 30-minute video about everything that happened, and it's pretty crazy. Ed Harris is the same way. He doesn't really like talking about it. Apparently there was one scene where he was asked to do something and he was like really having trouble doing it. I think it may have been the water in the helmet scene, but he was like driving home from work that day, and like I can't remember exactly what he did, but he started like freaking out and like punching himself or something because he was so upset with himself for not being able to do the scene like Cameron was asking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably butchering that, but just look it up. Just watch those YouTube videos on it because I had no idea. I'm glad that I didn't know about all that when I watched it because it may have changed my outlook. I would have been thinking about it too much. I wouldn't have been thinking about the movie. And
Yeah, because I was sitting there watching. I was like, dude, look at all this like magic that's being performed here.
Because
and then I was like, he looks like he's drowning, but he's just fucking drowning.
Yeah. All of the behind the scenes shit did not transfer to the movie. You cannot tell. The chemistry that Ed Harris and the girl have is like amazing, and the relationship they have in the movie is amazing, and Ed Harris in general in that movie is really good, and they put on a hell of a performance because you could never tell that they were having a bad time making this movie.
Yeah.
So shout out to them because they made something really fucking sick.
Definitely hats off to them, dude. I couldn't fucking do that shit, dude. The second that he was like, I need you to put on this helmet full of water, I would have said, all right, go ahead and void my contract, and here's all your money back.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit the road, and you find like Leonardo DiCaprio or something.
Yeah.
Or Tom Cruise, because he can hold his breath for 15 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you got a good 15 seconds before I die.
Yeah.
I'm not amphibian, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
After this, I'm going to go and watch the documentary on or watch a video on how it was made, like the behind-the-scenes nightmare.
The Critical Drinker has a Production Hell video on it. Like, that's a series he does on movies that, had a rough go of it.
Yeah.
Production-wise. But yeah, shout out to The Abyss. It's fucking awesome. Go watch it. And then last night, I watched Little Women.
I saw that.
Which was a wreck to me.
You're finally getting caught up?
And here and there. knock one down.
Yeah.
Carl didn't want to watch it because he's sexist. He hates women.
First of all, no, I'm not gonna say it. But no, I want to watch Little Women. It's just you have a lot of wrecks. We got a lot of stuff we're getting through, and that's when I'd
stop
be willing.
lying to the Scoopers. You do not want to watch Little Women.
That's when I would be willing to sacrifice. I do.
You told me.
Greta Gerwig.
You told me it like doesn't interest you.
I mean, yeah, the idea of it doesn't interest me, but I still like. Obviously, it's a good movie. People love it, so I want to watch it at some point.
Well, you don't.
Like, I didn't want to watch The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, but Logan was like, watch The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, so I did.
I don't know how this connects to what I'm saying.
It's like, I watch movies.
I told you I had to watch Little Women because it was a wreck, and you said, yeah, I don't want to watch that with you, so you can do that alone. So you don't want to watch it.
You said that, you brought it up as like, that's what we were watching then, when we had that conversation. What? We were talking about what to watch, and you were like, well, I got wrecked Little Women. Because at first you were wrecked Brawl in Cell Block 99, which I was in the mood for, and then you had it changed to Little Women. You were like, woo, Little Women! And then I was like, I don't really want to watch that right now. And you were like, well, fuck.
No, and then we talked about it after that, too, and you said, like, in general, you just didn't want to watch Little Women. I don't know why you're lying to the Scoopers. It's okay to not want to watch a movie.
No, I want to watch Little Women.
I don't think you're ever going to watch it. I think now that I've seen it, and you'd have to watch it alone, you're probably not going to. I don't think you're ever going to sit down and watch Little Women.
If you tell me it sucked, then I won't watch it. I'm not going to waste my time. But if you tell me it's really good, then it's going to go on my list of movies to watch. And I have a sneaking suspicion that you're going to tell me it's good.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah. It's good. Anyways, yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. It's kind of one of those like nothing happens movies, which is right up my alley.
Yeah, you do like that.
I love nothing happens movies. They're my favorite kind of movie almost.
And Tim Tom's in it, which is
the whole gang's in it. I mean, we're talking about
Florence,
a very attractive cast. I mean, up and down.
the hottest.
Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh, Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Laura Dern is the mom. Come on. Like, what are we...
Yeah.
Who cares that she looks like a banana? She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, every person in this cast, even Chris Cooper. Like, this is just a handsome, beautiful cast right here.
Yeah.
And I had a great time. It kind of jumps around. There's like 2 separate storylines that are happening like 6 years apart. And it jumps back and forth throughout the movie. So it keeps it fresh. And like, there will be a scene where 2 characters are like arguing and you don't know what they're arguing about, and then the next scene is like them meeting.
Oh, okay.
So it's like told out of order, but it doesn't make it clear where you're at in time, really. It doesn't come up and say 2 years earlier or anything like that. It just cuts to it. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of have to like figure it out as you go. They help you out with like haircuts, like, because I think most of the girls in one story are like 14, 15, and then in the other story they're like 20, 21, so they look a little different, so you can kind of keep track like that.
I got you.
But yeah, it's just really, I don't know, it's a really sweet movie. Like, there's a couple scenes where it takes place at Christmas, so I guess it's a little timely. But yeah, the setting and everything, the wardrobe, and it's really cool, really immersive. Like I said, not much happens, but Timmy's just great.
He is. That guy's
like, even with Timmy being Timmy and me knowing him and seeing him in a bunch of movies, he still like felt like that character that he was playing, and it didn't just feel like you're looking at Timmy. And that's for the whole cast too. Like, I've seen Saoirse Ronan and Florence Pugh in a bunch of movies, but they really feel like they're characters in this movie. You feel like you're looking at who they are and not the actors and the actresses.
That's huge.
Yeah.
When you carry that much, when your name carries that much weight, it's really hard to get past that.
Yeah, to shed that and become the character. So, yeah, can be really sad too. So, be mindful of that. But yeah. It kind of like gives you every emotion.
Oh, okay.
Like,
really
there's moments where you get really
all-encompassing.
happy and it's really sweet, and there's times where it's sad, and then there's times where it's like bittersweet. It's just really like well-rounded movie. So, say it's better than Barbie.
Probably.
Not nearly as good as Lady Bird, but better than Barbie.
Dude, Lady Bird is so good.
But I'm thinking, I have it at a 4, but I'm thinking about moving it up to a 4.5.
Ooh.
Because I've been thinking about it a wee bit. So, who knows? Might get up to some shenanigans.
Maybe.
Make it a 4.5.
Now that I know there's some Christmas time stuff, I'm a lot more inclined to watch it now. Especially since it fits the theme.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you'll like it.
Yeah, all I knew about it was like people in like the 1800s or whatever. I know that it's like big dress times.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I knew. I knew it was a star-studded cast. I knew people said it was good, but I was like, yeah, you know, I like Christmas movies and stuff. But if there's some stuff on Christmas, then
yeah,
it fits the mold.
And like, it really is interesting the way the story is like told, because there's scenes where 2 people meet and then they like have an argument about something, and then you're like, wait, what the fuck are they even like talking about? And then like a few scenes later, then you see the scene that explains what they were arguing about, and it's like, I don't know, it's cool. It's not told in a very traditional way, and I think it's fucking sick. I think there's like 12 Little Women's. Like, I think it's a movie that's been remade and remade and remade and remade like 12 times. You didn't know that?
No.
You thought that was like an original movie?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's like,
all I know about Little Women is this one.
It's like really old. I think there's some from like the 30s or 40s and stuff. It's been remade a bunch of times. Yeah, Little Women, 1933.
Good grief.
Yeah, with the same characters' names. It's the same story. Yeah. 2019, 1994, 1933, 2017, 2022, 1949, 2018, 1978, 1970, 1918.
Holy
dude,
shit,
there's like 15 Little Women's. So I don't know how it compares to the other ones. I'm never going to watch those. But this one's good.
Heck yeah.
So shout out to Greta. And now we're going to get into our Christmas lists.
Oh, something else before we move on to Christmas, dude. Anytime I talk about a James Cameron movie, it makes me feel like a loser.
Why?
Because he fucking says he's going to do something and just does it.
Yep.
He was a truck driver. He's like, nah, I'm going to start making movies. Starts making movies.
Yep.
And he goes, I'm going to explore the bottom of the ocean. Just goes, does it.
Yeah.
I can't I can't stay dedicated to going to the gym more than like twice a week.
Yeah.
And he decided as a truck driver that he wanted to be a film director.
Yep.
And just went and did it.
And pretty much every film he makes breaks the box office record.
Yep.
For biggest dick movie of all time. That's pretty much like the award he gets every year. Every time he releases a movie. Ever since Titanic. Like every time he drops a movie. It is. You can shit on Avatar all you want. I'm not the hugest Avatar guy. I think it's fine. I think it's fun. Do I think it deserved being the highest grossing movie of all time? No. But it was. And that's the point. Like he fucking gets it. Like he puts asses in seats.
Yeah.
And you can't take that away from him. And he only has like 8 movies and they all slap.
Yeah. That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like
you can't he has no bad movies.
Yeah.
He's 8 for 8. You've got Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, T2, True Lies, Titanic, Avatar, Avatar 2. No bad movies are in there.
Yeah.
Some are better than others, sure. But
there's not one where you're like, ugh.
I mean, what even is the worst one out of those? Like, I love True Lies. I love The Abyss. I love both Terminators. I'd say probably The Way of Water is probably the worst one out of those.
Honestly.
Because I love True Lies.
I'd say the first Avatar.
Maybe that too. It's probably one of those.
It's one of the Avatars, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to watch one right now, what would you watch?
Probably The Way of Water.
I would too, but that's probably just because it's newer.
Yeah,
I've seen
it's
it less.
newer, but I also just
the effects look better.
I never really liked the first one.
Yeah.
At any point, and I remember watching The Way of Water and somewhat enjoying it.
It's just really long.
It is really long.
And it has a lot of exposition and setup
But like that's just dude needs to fucking back off, dude.
Yeah.
He was a truck driver and he was like, I want to make some of the best movies people have ever seen, and he just does it.
Yeah. And there's a collection of people on the internet that actively dislike James Cameron. And I want to have a conversation with these people.
I mean, I kind of get it. Like the same people that like don't like Quentin Tarantino because he's kind of an asshole.
There's not many people in the film community that are Tarantino haters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought people kind of like didn't like him because he was a bit of a dweeb.
No. Everyone kind of loves him because he's dweeb. Yeah.
I thought him like making what's her face crash her car like kind of.
I mean, no one really ever talks about that. I mean, I'm sure Uma Thurman doesn't like him much anymore, but like no one really brings that up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, people love Tarantino, but
yeah, anytime like I could see him getting an attitude with people, and because that's just who he is. Like he's gonna say what's on his mind. He's very fucking straightforward.
It's a combination of like people thinking his movies are overrated and him being an asshole. But I don't know, like, I feel like it's not fair to call him an asshole as a person just because he is a certain way when he's working. Because, like, some people have to go into a certain mode when they work. And that's just the way they have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, if you went to work and you were the biggest asshole there because you're in charge and people are coming to you and asking you questions and you've just got to be assertive and you got to tell them what to do, and they might not like you and the way that you say things, but it's like you're just there because you're trying to get shit done. It's like, that doesn't make you an asshole. Like,
yeah,
you can separate, how you are at work and who you are as a person. And I just feel like people forget that this is also a job, and like James Cameron's there to do a job and make a movie.
Yeah,
and so he's trying to get shit done. So yeah, some directors are easier to work with than others, but like, I don't know, I wouldn't say he's like an asshole as a person.
Yeah, like
he hasn't really shown that. I'd say people who are assholes are like people who beat their wives.
Yeah.
Or have charges against them for something, or are actively bad people. And I wouldn't, I just think James Cameron may be a teensy bit full of himself. So what?
Yeah.
Most actors and directors are.
If you think his movies are overrated, like, what does that matter?
Yeah.
Yeah, people, like, I don't know how Avatar broke the box office record, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's still Avatar, it's still a movie, and you still, like, rate it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't have any effect on it.
Yeah. I just don't really understand the basis for hating on Cameron. He's made 2 of the best sequels of all time. He's always pushed boundaries and done shit that hadn't been done before. And he makes kick-ass shit.
Yeah,
so
it's fucking awesome.
Suck a cock.
But anyway,
we'll get into our Christmas list. We'll start with the worst. I've only got 3, like I said. If you have more than 3, you can go ahead and rattle those off.
Well, one of mine, I'll go ahead and do one that I don't think you have. Deck the Halls.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I saw it once, and it really hurts me because Danny DeVito's in Deck the Halls to say that it's absolute garbage. But it fucking sucks. Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick have no chemistry whatsoever. And it doesn't even really feel like a movie. From what I remember, it's about one guy trying to, like, outdo the other's house. I think Matthew Broderick's is so bright you can see it from space or something. It's, like, absolutely dumb. And it's not funny. Just sucks. Just sucks ass. Yeah, I know.
What? Back to Daddy's Home too. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't seen Deck the Halls, but I'm sure it's shitty. I believe you.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And the next one that I don't think is on your list is Black Christmas.
You've seen that?
Yep.
Oh.
The one from 2006.
Oh,
remake.
The stinky one.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch the classic one this year.
I'm sure the classic one is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that one, pal. I'm talking
Tell me about Black Christmas 2006.
Yeah. I watched this and didn't I want to say I didn't know it was a remake when I watched it. I was like, a Christmas horror movie.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Watched it. Dog shit. Felt very much like the trashy horror movies of the early 2000s, like My Bloody Valentine, stuff like that, or Prom Night. Just generic. I think it was really gory, if I remember right, and it had that going for it, but it didn't really earn it. It was just kind of like there to be there. But yeah, not good. Not good at all.
Okay.
And then my other 3, I think, might be your 3.
All right. So I'll just start at my number 3
my
then.
other 2, sorry.
All right. My number 3 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, dang. I didn't think you would throw it that low.
Yeah. I fucking hate it. So these discussions, I don't have like See, the thing is, I don't like these movies, so I don't rewatch them. And I'm not going to rewatch them just for a podcast episode. I don't like them. So I can just tell you what I remember about them, and that's it, which sometimes isn't much. But this has always just like kind of made me mad, along with another one on the list, because people praise it so much and act like it's a classic and that you have to watch it every year, and I just don't like it. I mean, maybe it's because I didn't grow up with it. I feel like nostalgia comes into play a lot with Christmas movies, and I didn't watch it as a kid. So I watched it for the first time when I was like 19 or 20, and I just don't like it. I don't like the characters. I think they're all annoying. I don't like Chevy Chase, and I just have a bad time watching it, and I'd rather watch like anything else. Mm-hmm. So, other than these two movies higher.
I gotta tell you something, dude. It's kind of growing on me.
Really?
Yeah. Logan put it on, and she was like, "How do you not think this is funny?" And there's the scene. I thought, full transparency, I watched it the first time. I didn't think I liked it. I was like, I don't like this. No matter what, though, there was the scene where he greased up the sleds. I thought that was hilarious. From the very first time I saw it, he greases up the sleds and like flies down the hill like in super fast speed and like turns into a rocket. That was hilarious to me. I love that. But then I was watching it and I was listening to Chevy Chase's like little quips that he would say to people and all that other stuff, and it felt very like Four Christmases-y with like all the like him being annoyed with everyone being there. And it's growing on me.
Maybe I'll like throw it on when I'm going to bed one night and see if how I'm
because I don't like Chevy Chase's like I don't like him either. I don't like his like. He's not someone I look at as being like a super funny guy. I don't really like his comedic.
He's like a worse version of Bill Murray.
Yeah. I see that, but Bill Murray has like more charm to him, I think, than Chevy Chase.
He's just funnier.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like a huge Bill Murray guy.
Yeah, I love Bill,
but he's still funnier.
Yeah,
a lot funnier than Chevy Chase.
But I think the more I watch it, the more I'm like, I can get behind this dude.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate it as like much as the other two. So did you have a 3?
I had 2 left. That was one of them.
Okay. So my number 2 is the 2018 animated Grinch.
That's the other one I had.
Man.
Oh, I'm sorry. National Lampoon's wasn't one of them. The Grinch was, and I think your next one is going to be my last.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement on number 1.
Yeah. The 2018 Grinch.
I
garbage.
I hate it. It's legit one of the most forgettable movies I've ever seen in my life. It's did need to be made because we already have a masterpiece of a Grinch movie, and it came out in 2000, and it was directed by Ron Howard, and it stars Jim Carrey. So, fuck off. That's the Grinch movie. All right, you can watch the original cartoon from the 60s, or you can watch the Jim Carrey one. Those are your 2 options.
Yep.
If anyone ever puts on the Ben Cum Grinch, they're getting kicked out.
Dude, I don't care if you're 4 years old. I'll find you and punch you in the face.
Yeah, and you'll deserve it. You'll deserve more than that for putting on.
You're getting off
the
easy.
Fucking Grinch. The only good thing about the Grinch is Tyler the Creator's songs that he made for it. All right, that's it. Which has nothing to do with the movie. That happened after the fact because they just got a cool guy to make cool music.
The only other thing I remember from the Grinch, the 2018 Grinch, is Kenan Thompson plays like a mailman.
Yeah, he was funny.
And he had funny lines. His delivery was funny.
Yeah, because he's Kenan Thompson.
And I want you to know that he plays a fucking mailman. I don't even think his character has a name.
And he's more memorable than the Grinch.
And he is the funniest part of the entire movie. He probably has 3 lines.
Yeah. Dude, Ben Cum has to be like one of the worst castings for the Grinch I could have possibly imagined. He's so like flat and dry, and he has no like I know that Jim Carrey probably changed our perception of what the Grinch is. Because before Jim Carrey, he wasn't this like flamboyant, like over the top character, and Jim Carrey made him that. But that is the type that's what we know the Grinch as now.
Yeah.
Like, even though Jim Carrey created that incarnation, that's still what people expect. So going back to just like he's just
a grumpy
he's just
guy.
grumpy. It's like no one wants that anymore.
Yeah.
No one. I don't want to play with you anymore. That's what happened.
Well, I don't know, dude.
You can go back and watch the original cartoon if you want a traditional Grinch, but it just felt.
Most people like the Jim Carrey Grinch as much as us?
Dude, there's people that hate it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
there was a tweet I saw the other day. Let me see if I still have it in my phone. But someone like, oh, I found it. Someone tweeted about Jim Carrey's Grinch, and then this guy quote tweeted it and said, "I appreciate the unyielding resistance against the reclamation of this irredeemably god-awful piece of shit."
I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about, dude.
He's basically saying thank you for not joining in on the people that are for some reason liking that movie.
I got an idea. Kiss my ass.
I have no idea why people... What is there not to like about Jim Carrey's Grinch? What is there? It looks like, first of all, the Whoville that they created. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is on my best list, so I should just probably save it. Let's just save that.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll wait. We'll air
Fuck
out
the
anger.
Ben Grinch. Let's get back to the meat and potatoes
That movie
here.
fucking sucks.
Fuck the Ben
dude.
Grinch. All right.
Yeah.
It's a piece of shit. It shouldn't exist. It was a cash grab. It has no heart and no soul. And it's one of the worst castings you could have possibly gotten for the Grinch, and it's the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time, and that fucking makes me angry.
Yeah, dude.
So
that makes me want to set something on fire.
Yeah.
It makes me want to destroy something.
I feel like grabbing you by your ears and screaming into your face.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking interested.
That's
what I say to people who tell me to put on the Ben Grinch.
Yeah. I get how it was the highest grossing Christmas movie.
I mean, we saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
We were like fairly excited to see it.
Yeah, dude, it's a new thing with the Grinch. At the time, Ben was fucking huge. I mean, he's still big, but like
Ben wasn't the draw for that movie. It was just a Grinch. It was a new Christmas movie. Illumination made it. They have cool looking animation. It's very vibrant.
Yeah.
And thought it would be neat. Guess what? Wasn't neat.
It's genuinely really bad.
Yeah. I would be surprised if anyone watched that movie and then said they'd like to watch it again.
Yeah.
That would very much surprise me.
If you like it, if you like that movie, why don't you try going into your bathroom, grabbing a turd out of the toilet and eating it? Because you'd probably like that too.
Because you might like that.
Yeah, you might be.
That might be
it.
your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the Grinch. Number one, I think this is going to be unanimous.
3, 2, 1. A Christmas Story.
It's a Christmas Story. You're going to shoot your eye out. Go fuck yourself. How about that? You hear me?
Dude.
Go fuck yourself.
I know we say nostalgia plays a role in Christmas movies. I saw a Christmas Story when I was like 7.
Mm-hmm.
And
even then,
I got up, I pulled my pull-up up, and I went, "This is dog shit."
even around little
channel.
Tubby Carl,
Yeah,
wearing his robe, was like,
I got up.
"This fucking sucks."
I had to put my fucking GI Joes down.
Yeah,
and I went, "I'm gonna turn off the TV before my eyes fucking bleed," because this is the worst piece of shit thing I've ever seen, and people love it,
dude. You ask people their favorite Christmas movie. You ask 10 people, 4 of them are saying A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
That's mental. That's crazy.
If that's your favorite Christmas movie, I'm sorry. Something bad has happened.
I'm sorry
to
that you got dealt a shitty card in life.
Yeah, dude.
And you punish yourself like this. But this is going to be another one of those, like, I don't have too much to say about it, specifically why I hate it, because I watched it 2 years ago, hated every second of it. I think we didn't even finish it. I think we turned it off like 25 minutes early because I was like, I can't take this anymore.
Dude, no, it was a lot earlier than 25 minutes. I think we got 25 minutes in.
No.
Yeah.
We got at least halfway.
I don't think we did, dude.
I think we got at least halfway.
I don't think, because I know the plot to it, and I don't even. Did we get to the part where he's like, I can't put my arms down?
Yeah.
Maybe we got halfway.
Yeah,
but that's halfway. The most we got through. And you went, all right, guys, I'm sorry to do this. This isn't something I would normally do, but I just can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And you turned it off.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah. I'm not a big not finishing movies guy for many reasons. I think, yeah, this scene's great. For many reasons, I think because a movie can change if you finish it. Like, it can start as one thing and end up as another. Like, what if you turn off Parasite halfway through because you're like, this is boring. This is just a family tutoring another family. Fuck this. Then you miss the whole second half of the movie where it becomes something else. And so I just like finishing movies to see what the idea of the movie is. Yeah. Like, what if I turn it off early and there's a big twist or something that recontextualizes it that I missed and didn't even know happened? 2, if I don't finish it, I can't log it. I don't feel like I have the right to tell people it's bad if I don't finish it. If I watch half a movie, I don't feel like I can go tell people like, hey, don't watch that, it's bad. Yeah. So I just like to finish movies. I can log it. I can firmly say I've seen the whole thing and it's bad. And it also just feels incomplete to me. Like, I don't like... It just nags at me having, like, half-finished movies.
Yeah, dude, I've seen psychos, like, review a movie based on the trailer. They'd be like, I haven't seen this, but it looks terrible. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Yeah. Are you a psycho?
Yeah. So, I watched it years ago. I don't remember much, but I just fucking hate it. I hate that little stupid kid. I hate his family. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's entertaining. I just think it's annoying as shit. And it makes me want to pop my eyes out of my head.
Yeah, it feels like when we put it on, it felt like someone had a gun to my head and was telling me to watch something. Yeah. No joy.
You got
was in
Clockwork
my heart.
Oranged.
Yeah, dude.
This is supposed to be a jolly time.
There was not an ounce of joy or happiness in my soul.
No, not me neither.
As soon as it came on, I was like, this fucking thing. And I was hoping... In the back of my mind, I was like, I hope Cash hates this as much as I hate this. Because I'm a firm shit talker of A Christmas Story. Because I've actually seen it. Yeah. People play it every year. I've seen it like 3 times. Mm-hmm. I've suffered through that.
Dude, and there's people that watch the all-day marathon of A Christmas Story. They do it every year. That channel, I think it's, I don't know, ABC Family or something. There's a channel that every Christmas runs a 24-hour marathon of A Christmas Story, and people watch it. I can't even watch it once. There motherfuckers out here watching it all day.
Dude, if I caught a member of ISIS,
I don't like where this is going.
I would strap him. Like, if I was like, tell me where the bombs are, and he said no, I'd be like, put on the fucking 24/7 Christmas Story channel. I guarantee he'd tell me within 10 minutes.
Jamie, put on A Christmas Story.
Pull it up, Jamie. Yeah, I guarantee he'd tell me where the bombs were in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. Yeah, 30 seconds. He sees that little kid and he's going to spill the beans.
Yeah. I think I just want some Tinker toys. You fucking shut up, you dumbass.
How about you fucking shut up, idiot?
Holy cow, what a nerd.
What a fucking dweeb.
What a unlikable piece of shit, dude. God, I hate him. Holy fuck. It's rare that I feel such rage towards somebody, dude.
Normally we're like, we're very protective of like child performances and we go easy on them because they're kids and like, fuck that kid. Let me find out this kid's name.
God damn that kid, dude.
Peter Billingsley? Fuck you, all right?
Your name would be Peter Billingsley, you piece of shit.
Anyways, I think
I think you
we
get
need
the
to move
picture,
on.
dude. That movie sucks.
Movie sucks dick.
Yeah.
All right. Time to move on to some happier times.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Some meat and potatoes here.
Yep.
This is what the Jolly Scoop is all about. So I'm gonna start at my number 5. We're gonna have vastly different lists here.
I have a feeling not too vast.
I don't think we'll have a single movie in the same spot.
I think we will. Unless you're fucking smoking
Hey.
dope.
Hey. Oh! Not on.
What's your number 5?
Okay. My number 5 is Home Alone 2.
So, that's awesome. Home Alone's awesome.
Home Alone 2.
I encompass both the Home Alones in the same spot.
You're an idiot.
No, I'm not an idiot.
Well,
I squished them both together. So so where Home Alone is on my list would just be Home Alone 2 and Home Alone. But I was like, I like them both equally, so I just shoved them into the Home Alones.
oh, so all 5 of these are my number 1 because I just like them all.
You know what I'm doing. We've done this before. Okay. You've done it on your
You're
list
putting
before.
2 movies in one movie spot. Pick
We've
one.
done this before.
You have to fucking pick one.
I told you if you want me to split it up, then it's Home Alone 2 and then Home Alone.
Okay, so
But I
your
combined
top
them
5
both
is
into
Home
the
Alone
Home
2. Is
Alones.
Home Alone at your top 5? Is it your number 5?
It's not my number 5.
Is it in your list at all?
It is.
Okay.
I just have them both combined.
Wow.
I like them both equal.
So you have 6 movies in your top 5. You see how that you know how that sounds?
Is this your acoustic where you're just so like finite on details? Do you have the years
so
they
you think
were
a top
released
5
next to
should
your
be a
list?
top 6?
No, but we combine movies into like one movie all the time.
Not really.
Yeah,
I
we've
feel like
done
that
lists
has
on here
almost
before
never
where you're
happened.
like, these movies, they're all there. I count.
Not if we're doing a ranking. I've never put 2 movies on the same ranking.
I feel like we have.
No.
I feel like
It's
we've
never
done
happened.
like a top 10, and you were like, these movies, I like them all equally. They're there.
I've said 8 and 9 are interchangeable, and I like them about the same. But I've never put 2 movies on the same spot. I've never said my number 8 is this and this.
I like them both equally. It can be either one in that spot.
This fucking guy.
Whenever you go like, I like 8 and 9 equally, either one, I don't go, well, which is it? It's so confusing.
because
I never say
because
that.
I have an 8 and I have a 9.
Yeah.
That's why. Why would you say
But you
that?
say, oh, it's interchangeable. I'm not like, well, give us a definite answer. What is it? I bet you have the fucking movie years typed out beside your fucking
I don't
list,
need
too.
them typed out. I just know them.
Go on.
Home Alone
with
2
your
came out in
fucking-
1991.
So you got Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2, the superior Home Alone.
So
Call me crazy.
I think Home Alone 2 is better too. The
Yep.
aesthetic,
New York.
New York.
Home Alone
Christmas.
isn't. The Christmas vibes aren't really there in Home Alone. Just some idiot at home with people trying to break in.
The house is decorated for
Like
Christmas.
but there's so much more Christmas shit in Home Alone 2. It's funnier. You've got credit card. You got it.
You got the scary bird lady.
You've got the pigeon lady who has pigeon shit all over her. And you've got Tim Curry, a cheese pizza. You've got Rob Schneider as the bellboy
Yep.
asking for a tip, and then he gives him a piece of gum. And then later in the movie, he's like, "Oh, you're waiting on a tip, aren't you?" And he goes, "Oh, no, I've still got some left over."
Yeah, and
And
he was like,
"No tip."
he
all
like
right.
pulls out a wad of cash. He's
Yeah.
like,
He goes,
okay.
No.
Yeah.
I know Home Alone a little too well. Yeah, it's funny.
The toy
Christmas
store,
vibes are better.
The toy
Owl's-
store is
I was
awesome.
about to say Owl's Toy Barn.
Close.
Forgot the toy store's name. But
it's like Dinkelberg's or something.
it's not that. It's just a guy's name.
Or like, yeah, like
It's like Dave's Toys or something.
like Billingsley's or
It's
something
like,
that.
Ben Comes Toys or something. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, you got these sweet moments with like Kevin not being selfish and like giving the doves to the pigeon lady, and instead of just like giving, offering her like a shower in his like penthouse, so she doesn't smell like pigeon shit. Yeah, he gives her 2 fucking ornaments to put on a tree she doesn't have.
Yeah, how about I give you a good meal?
Yeah,
that you probably haven't had in 2 weeks.
Yeah, how about you go wash your ass in my penthouse?
Here's a fucking turtle dove.
Yeah,
you moron. Do you ever watch those movies and think about how like Macaulay Culkin became a crackhead?
I mean, I try not to. I try to enjoy.
There's like a little piece of
time.
It's like, oh, this this sweetheart, innocent kid smoked crack probably.
But he's doing better now.
He's doing better now, but he probably did that.
Yeah, I just kind of felt bad for him because he apparently didn't really like acting, and just,
that's
his parents
how
made him do it.
Yeah, that's how a lot of I feel like young stars are. Like Lindsay Lohan, like. When you watch The Parent Trap, you're like, dude, she's this adorable sweetheart, and you're like, she's a little crazy now because of being pushed into the limelight.
Yeah,
it's something I think about.
I don't really ever think about it. But yeah, I'm going to also Marv and Harry would not have survived what happens to them in Home Alone 2. He's getting anvils dropped on his head, and he's just. Taking it to the dome.
He's hitting him with a full-blown Wile E. Coyote, dude. and they're getting back up.
Yeah. It's nuts what's happening to Marvin Harry, but yeah. It's
Oh, and then
you better not ruin this trip for me, you little jerk. Your father's paying good money for it. All that shit.
And then he pretends to grab that chick's ass and fucking Harry gets smacked in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on to any other good moments. I guess that's all.
Their plot to begin with, like Harry's trying to get them a new
the
like
wet
stick.
Bandits.
Yeah, they're the sticky bandits.
Oh, and now they're the sticky bandits.
Because
Yeah,
they're going through with tape on. He's got tape on his hands, and the Salvation Army buckets and getting all their quarters.
Yeah. That's
like, this is our thing now.
That's some high IQ stuff from Marv.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to the Sticky Bandits. Yeah. That's my number 5.
Stuff. Yeah.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Rudolph.
What are the other 3 movies that's your number 5?
Do you have fun? Do you have fun doing what you're doing?
I did have fun saying that.
Laying on the bed, wiggling your little toes and your tiny socks.
You don't want to talk about wiggling toes. We've got the footage.
That's only
of you
when I
wiggling your
concentrate.
toes.
That's only when I'm focused really hard.
Of you wiggling your toes.
That's only when
you're playing.
That's only
PlayStation.
That's only when I'm kicking ass, dude. When I'm beating ass, no holds barred. When I'm
fucking... some room to talk. Talking about me wiggling my toes.
When I'm whooping ass, dude, there are no rules. My number 5 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
God damn it.
Yeah, I really like that movie. That's a childhood classic for me. That idiot fucking Elvis like, I'd rather be a dentist. That's fucking good stuff. I like it.
I haven't really seen it.
I
I probably watched it when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it recently.
I like the Island of Misfit Toys. I love that shit. Really nostalgic.
Cool.
For me.
Cool. Need to check that out this year. My number 3. This may seem low.
Number 4.
This may seem low, but I've got the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Ooh.
There's just some big hitters up at the top, but this is my number 4. Now we can get into our Jim Carrey discussion.
Yeah.
What the fuck is there not to like about this movie?
Let me say too, my number 4 is the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Okay. What the fuck is there not to like about this movie?
Dude, it is so funny.
It's hysterical. Throughout the entire runtime, Jim Carrey took this character and made it his own. And the fucking Whoville that they built is incredible.
Yeah.
It looks like fucking Whoville. If you said, "Hey, Cash, what does Whoville look like?" That
Yeah.
I'd point at this movie. That's what Whoville looks like.
Yeah, that guy did it.
Yeah, that guy fucking did it.
Yeah, they built it.
It looks awesome. Like the way the houses are like rounded.
Yeah, they're all like wavy.
Yeah, they're all wavy and
Yeah, dude. Everything, every object that you see, even in like Cindy Lou Who's room, like she's writing that little fucking her letter to Santa, and her pencil's wavy, just like little shit like that.
Yeah.
There's nothing normal there.
Yeah.
It's all Who.
Yeah, all their noses look like fucking Whoville noses.
Yeah.
It's incredible, like makeup and costume design and set design. You're in Whoville.
Yeah.
When you're watching that movie, and it's got Christmas vibes all over. A bunch of presents, a bunch of people running around sending last minute presents, and you got Christmas lights and snow, and you got all that shit. And then you've got the Grinch being hysterical, and obviously everyone knows the story, like about what the Grinch is about.
Yeah,
so you know that he eventually comes around.
It's a very feel good Christmas story.
He eventually grows a heart and comes around on Christmas, and helps deliver the presents.
Yeah.
So
he also bangs the mayor's wife.
He has been known to do such things.
Also, shout out to the makeup department people, because Clint Howard looks more normal in this movie than he does as a person.
Are you saying that Clint Howard looks normal in this movie?
I'm saying that if I held up a picture of him in makeup for this movie and a picture of him as a guy, you would be like, I'd take that one.
For all the scoopers out there, if you guys don't know what Clint Howard looks like, don't Google him.
Yeah.
Your phone will shatter. Your screen will crack.
Yeah.
It's bad. It is bad news. Don't do it. But he's Ron Howard's brother. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know there. Leave it there.
Leave it be.
So yeah, it's my number 4. Fucking, I love when he's walking into Whoville for the first time, and he walks by that guy, and he goes, "Flatfoot."
Yeah,
and
dude.
It's just these little quick lines that he just spurts out through the whole movie.
Yeah.
Jerry duty, pink slip, fucking all that shit.
Dude,
It's
when
great.
they're force feeding him at the festival, and he's like, "This is not pudding," and he's like, "What is it?" They keep shoving it in his mouth.
Yeah, when he's going through his schedule, it's like
Stare into
loathing
the
myself,
abyss.
pity, stare into the abyss. I can't miss that again. Like, it's just
And he
fucking
hits him
really
with the,
funny.
"I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Dude." That's fucking relatable
Yeah.
for me.
And then he checks his voicemail and nothing's there. And then it plays his like what people hear when they call him.
Better check the outgoing just in case.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Him trying on the outfits is fucking good.
That's it, I'm not going.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. It's, dude, people are lost.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that's like, I really don't get it. A lot of movies I love, and I can completely get why people don't like them. I don't get this one.
Maybe they need a lesson in fun.
Yeah.
That might be. Maybe people are too uptight. They don't know how to cut loose and have.
Let me investigate. Let me see if I need to call anyone out on Letterboxd for this.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like whenever he's trashing the city. He stops that tiny car. And he's like, "You may want to scooch over." And they see his fucking huge ass coming down. And then he wrecks it. And he's like, "It's gonna blow." It's this little RC car.
Yeah. Honestly, there's not many people on my friends list that have it like absurdly low. Most people have it at like a 3.5 or 4. But yeah, there's just some heavy hitters up top that I would prefer, but this is a, like, every year I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Hardcore slapper.
Yeah.
For sure. What's your number 4?
It was the Grinch.
Oh. My number 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is the pinnacle of Christmas movies right here. Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh.
I should have known that was going to be on your list.
This is what the fuck I'm talking about.
This shit means something to me, man. You showed this to me last year.
I sure did. And I'm a good friend.
There is quite the comedy in this movie.
It is.
I love the way glass sounds when you knock on it.
Dude, this movie is a fucking classic. All right. Where do I even begin? Drake and Josh they get in trouble with the law, and they have to watch these kids over Christmas and show them a good Christmas. That's the concept of the movie. And they're not good at it. They don't really know what they're doing. They're not parents. They're not good with kids. And hilarity ensues because they have this one orphan kid. I'm forgetting his name, so let me I'm ashamed of myself.
Man, some fan.
Let me see what his name is. Ziegfee. That's his name.
Do you still remember the shit he says?
Oh.
You used to do it all the time.
Fleeb, gakweeshweeb. That's what the fuck I'm talking about here. Ziegfee.
Yeah.
Ziegfee's the fucking homie.
Yeah.
There will be a scene where Drake and Josh are arguing about something, and then it'll pan over to Ziegfee eating a full egg. He's eating an entire egg, not cooked or anything. He just puts an egg in his mouth and starts eating it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's a man right
Ziegfee's
there.
A fucking tank.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an absolute unit, dude.
Yeah. So, there's a scene when Drake and Josh go up and knock on this person's house, and then it's just this really quick, like, throwaway line. But Josh goes, I love the way glass sounds when you knock on it. That was it.
Dude,
it killed me, dude. It was so fucking funny. You've got this, like, officer that is up their ass, and you get a bunch of great lines between them, and then you find out that officer hates Christmas because when he was a kid, he wanted a monkey, and the monkey, like, fucked him up and then ran away.
Yeah.
So now he hates Christmas. So Drake and Josh buy him a monkey, and then he loves Christmas again. And Josh goes to prison, and
doesn't Drake break him out?
No, what's his name? Oh, dude, what the fuck?
Is it Kimbo Slice?
Yeah, Kimbo Slice breaks him out of prison.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was gonna get him out of here.
He's fine.
Okay.
You're the one fucking up.
Well,
You're the one fucking up the podcast right now.
You're in the middle of talking about Kimbo Slice. Just focus on you.
I can't. You're getting up and doing shit.
Well, now people are gonna hear the TV in the next room because the door.
You can shut the door. You don't need to stand up to shut the door.
I was going to get up to shut the door.
You don't have to get up. You can just shut the door. See how that works?
Jesus Christ. Dude.
See how that works?
Tell us about Drake and Josh.
This
how you like that?
Guy.
Like now he's wiping his ass on your fucking carpet.
He always does that. I'm used to it. He's an idiot. This isn't news. All right. Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh is fucking sick. Kimbo Slice. Josh goes to prison, and his cellmate is Kimbo Slice.
Hell yeah. As it would be.
What more do you need me to tell you about this movie? Is there anything else? Like, are you not in? His name's Bludge. Kimbo Slice's name is Bludge.
I forgot his name was Bludge.
There's a scene when they're pretending Bludge is pretending to, like, beat the shit out of Josh, but he's really just, like, banging a toilet seat on metal for it to sound like, and Josh is, like, crying out because Bludge wants to sound tough.
Yeah.
And wants people to, like, be intimidated by him. Just a great scene. You know, two pals hanging out.
Yeah.
Pretending to cause harm on each other.
Fucking jack each other up.
Yeah. And then Bludge breaks him out of prison. It's a great scene.
It's a good time.
there's a scene where they go to cut down a Christmas tree in the woods, and like one of the kids randomly ends up on the top of a tree, and Josh has to climb up the tree and get him. I mean, listen, don't take my word for it, all right? Just go watch it, and you're going to have a great time.
Heck yeah.
Ziegfie's going to be there. He's going to be eating an egg. He's going to say, Fleabag, qui schweeb. Fucking Crazy Steve shows up and puts cheese in the wood chipper to create snow.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I forgot. And then you also cut back to Walter and his wife. I don't know the mom's name. No one ever says her name. But Walter, like Drake's parents, are on a vacation, and they wanted to go to this like tropical like hut, and they get there, and there's like a hurricane happening, and the hut's like a piece of shit, and the roof comes off, and so it's just Walter getting into shenanigans, which is the best kind of shenanigans.
Yeah. Walter's hilarious.
Yeah, Walter's the fucking homie. So, yeah. Sorry, that's my number 3.
Heck yeah. My number 3, I'll just do Home Alone 2, since having them both really confuse you, really blew your mind away.
It doesn't I feel like you're the confused one.
No, dude. I mean, it really affected
Because when I said 5 movies, your brain thought that meant 6.
It
so
really affected me. That like I had a movie that could be like 2 movies that could be interchangeable.
To me, 5 means 5.
I got 2 movies that are like interchangeable, and you were
so
like,
5 means 6
what is
to
that?
you.
Oh my gosh! It was like you were watching Interstellar or something.
So if 5 means 6, then what does 6 mean to you? Does 6 mean 7?
I have 2 movies that are interchangeable. Do you know what interchangeable means? Do you know what that means?
I don't think you understand.
Have you ever heard of what that word means?
I don't think you know what it means.
But if I had to pick, it would be Home Alone 2, because I do agree that the New York gives a lot more Christmas vibes than him at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it is. Yep. Fucking New York, he gets the fucking sweet. He's getting pizzas, the ice cream, the my Tommy gun don't. That shit.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Sure, I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't.
Dude,
get on your knees and tell me you love me.
That's the best.
2 scoops, make it 3. I'm not driving.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Kevin's
good.
a fucking G.
So yeah, Home Alone 2, fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like it's Christmas, put on Home Alone 2. It's Christmas, dude.
Yeah, it's instantly Christmas. If you can't have Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh, then put on Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Home Alone 2 doesn't have Ziegfeld.
Doesn't.
Or Bludge.
You're not going to get Bludge or Ziegfeld.
That's what I'm
Home
saying.
Alone 2.
Really, I shouldn't have 2 movies above it. I don't know what I'm doing.
You need to have a top 5 that's just Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh.
Yeah. Top 5 moments of Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh.
Yeah, that should have been the whole podcast.
Yeah.
All right, you're number 2.
Number 2 is It's a Wonderful Life.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I did not expect such behavior.
I decided this because I think It's a Wonderful Life is the best Christmas movie ever made, but I don't get crazy Christmas vibes from it. There's not many times in the movie where Christmas is even referenced. So I have something else ahead of it because of the vibes. But it's a masterpiece. It's 5 out of 5. I love it. I'm going to watch it every year. It makes me appreciate my life. And hot dog. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. That's a good way to sum up It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Hot dog. Yeah, that's crazy. Didn't think you would ever didn't think you had it in you. My number 2 is Scrooged.
Ew. Sorry. Oh, that's cool.
Ugh, I can't believe you like this movie.
I did not expect that.
You have a movie ranked higher than It's a Wonderful Life because of vibes, but I'm weird for liking Scrooged.
No one likes Scrooged.
People like Scrooged. Believe it or not, Cash, people like Bill Murray. That's why he's famous.
Not as famous as Ziegfeld or Bludge. Just saying. 3.3.
What does Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh have?
4.9.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Of course it does.
It doesn't.
You're trying to tell me it's not the highest rated movie on Letterboxd?
I have a hard time believing those words. But while you look it up, because I'm interested to see what it is.
Look up what?
The average rating for Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh.
It's a 3.0.
It is?
Yeah.
So Scrooge is higher?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Almost like it's better. But anyway, I love Bill Murray. I think he's fucking hilarious. And A Christmas Carol story of Christmas past, present, future has been done a lot. I thought that this movie really took it a cool direction. I loved Bill Murray's character in the movie. How he's just all consumed with business and work and doesn't really care about what Christmas means. It's also very Christmas vibe heavy because it's not only is it Christmas in the city, but he's also working on developing a Christmas Carol show, like a special that he's producing. So he's like a film producer or a show producer, showrunner, whatever. So he's a big executive. The whole office is decorated in Christmas. The set is set up to look like Christmas. The city is Christmas. It's all Christmas. And I fucking love it. I think it's hilarious when he's sitting there having a board meeting and he's like, just give me a second real quick. And he pulls out, open a drawer, and there's a mirror in there, and he looks at himself and smiles and then closes it. And he's like, all right, back to business. That's fucking great. And then Bobcat Goldthwait's in it. He's fucking funny. Love Bobcat. Just awesome, awesome shit.
I'm glad you like it.
Yep.
That makes me happy. My good pal enjoys a film. Nothing more I'd want.
Is that why you fucking hated on it immediately?
You just caught me off guard.
Your first instinct was gross.
I don't think that's what I said. I think I said ew.
What do you say ew to? A good
Gross
thing
things.
or a gross thing?
Gross things.
Yeah. Your movie...
You just caught me off guard.
Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh has a possible sex offender in it. How about that?
Alleged.
I think he pleaded guilty.
We're not getting into this. All right? I don't want to be on the wrong side of history here.
Okay.
I don't want my digital footprint to come back. I don't want them to find the scoop on my next job interview and ask me why I defended a fucking.
Why did you say
criminal.
you liked Drake Bell 15 years ago on the podcast that 4 people heard?
Anyways,
Your number one.
my number one is the Polar Express
Oh.
because you know what kind of train this is. That's why.
When's
It's a magic train.
When's the last time you watched the Polar Express?
Last Christmas.
Last year?
Yeah.
Dude, Logan put it on, and that kid is the funniest thing
Yeah.
ever. He fucking loses that fucking girl's ticket, and Tom Hanks comes through and he's like, I think you'll have to come with me. And they take her away. He's like, where's he taking her? And he's like, isn't it obvious? He has to throw her off the train now. You messed up big time. Dude, that fucking Mandark kid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I love the Polar Express. I watched it ever since I was a kid. It just came out at the perfect time. Came out when I was 4. So I just grew up with it. The music is angelic. And Tom Hanks plays every character.
Yep.
And is it odd? Yeah. But there's just Christmas vibes in this movie are immaculate.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of kids riding a train to the North Pole, drinking hot chocolate.
Hot.
I wanted to continue the song, but I didn't want to mess it up.
It's okay. They just say hot chocolate after that. Their whole song is
"We got it."
Hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And then fucking the conductor, oh, we got it.
Yeah.
Starts fucking riffing around.
Yeah. Drinking hot chocolate. Just being Chads. Yeah. They're on the train with A$AP Rocky and Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
He's wearing big boots, and it looks funny when he runs.
It's so funny when he runs, too.
Yeah. They mention that kid's poor like 12 times in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this guy's life sucks.
By the way, he's short and stupid and poor.
I don't know if you can tell that we all have nice pajamas and he's wearing a fucking old dress that he found.
Yeah.
He's wearing the fucking
He's dressed like he's got a fucking nightgown on, and he's got a candle that he's walking through the house in the middle of the night with because he heard a sound. That's how he looks.
Yeah, dude, they're like, oh my god, this guy's house sucks.
Yeah.
His fucking PJs suck.
They really made it a point to say, look at this fucking idiot kid whose life sucks.
Yeah.
Let's also throw him off the train. But yeah, it's kind of odd that, like, now that I'm thinking about it, the main kid in the Polar Express, like, talks the least out of all the characters. He barely ever talks.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy if you really think about it. But this is just something that, like, I just grew up with, the Polar Express.
Yeah.
I also think the Polar Express is one of the rare films that I think would actually make sense to make a sequel.
Ooh.
Normally I'm off board with that because I think it's cash grabby. But I have a pretty good concept.
I was going to ask, where would you take it?
Thought about it. It would be the main kid from the Polar Express grows up, and now the kids nowadays, it's set in modern times, and all the kids nowadays don't believe in Santa because of technology, and they're just like, they're on TikTok, and they're iPad kids, and they're doing Fortnite dances, and they just don't give a fuck about Santa. So now the grown-up kid from the first movie is the conductor of the train, and he's showing these modern kids the Christmas spirit and gets them to believe in Santa.
I would take it a different direction for sure.
Oh yeah, you have a better idea? Fuckhead.
I would have the Polar Express be like this rumor spread amongst the good kids, and all the bad kids are like, well, we're gonna go on the Polar Express, but there's a different train that comes and picks up the bad kids, the old Hell Express. And on that
Hell
train,
Express takes them to get butt fucked.
dude, they don't have a lot of fun on the Hell Express, dude.
They end up at Eli Roth's hospital. Is where they go.
If you've ever seen Cannibal Holocaust,
They end up in Buffalo Bill's basement. They have to put the lotion on its skin,
dude,
before he gets the hose again.
yeah. Like that's a great
Fuck
pitch,
you.
dude. That's a great
Fuck
pitch.
you.
You get fucking
You had to one up my idea. I've got a
Jackie
great
Earle
idea.
Haley to play the conductor. And they're like, Jesus Christ. And he does this Freddy Krueger voice where he's like, no, just me. And starts fucking whipping the kids. That would be great.
Fuck you.
You
just had to shit on my idea.
That's a sequel, dude. That is a sequel.
But I just love how you couldn't think of anything better than the Hell Express.
It's the destination and then express. That's all the Polar Express is.
So what about Butt Fuck Express?
It all works, dude. It all fits into the fucking box.
Bad Time Express.
The old Knucklehead Express. Yeah, it all fits into that box, dude. You call it whatever the fuck you want, as long as it's a bad thing, and then Express.
You should have done your homework, Express.
Yeah. Better luck next time, pal. Express. Yeah, that's where I would have gone, dude. But it's Logan put it on one night. I have no idea why, and like I picked it up. I just like got in bed and it was on, so I watched a little bit of it. And I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, this doesn't really like resonate with me as much anymore. And it was like kind of like a sad moment because like I'm losing the magic now. Now I can't hear the bell. My fucking pocket has a hole in it, and I lost it. And it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't do as much for me as it did back in the day watching the Polar Express.
Maybe you're just an idiot.
Well, it's not even in my top
You
5.
ever thought about that? Maybe it's because you're stupid.
Maybe I need to visit the Idiot Express.
Maybe it's because you're ugly.
Yeah, I need to get picked up by the Moron Express.
Yeah.
Where we just
like Milk Drinkers Anonymous.
We just study facts. All they do is they make us read a book for a change, and then they drop us back off at home.
All aboard the Big Dumb Idiot Express.
Yeah, it's a 5-minute ride, and they go,
oh boy, they go start waddling to the fucking train, holding your milk.
Yeah. Everyone immediately loses their ticket that boards that train.
You get on the train, you're like, this isn't my robe.
We get on the train and they go, hey, you're thinking the wrong stuff, and then we get off. That's the whole ride. I go every year. Every year, dude.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, no, the Polar Express kind of like started to fade a little bit for me. But I definitely it is super heavy Christmas vibes, and I do love the score and the songs. Fantastic.
Yeah.
My number one is It's a Wonderful Life. I don't see that really ever changing. Obviously, never say never, but it could be some fucking absolute slapping Christmas movie that happens. Yep. I still haven't seen the original Miracle on 34th Street, which I want to watch. But It's a Wonderful Life is very, very special to me. I really love appreciate life more. It's easy to get caught up in the stress of life, the stress of the holidays, and not really stop to pay attention to the fact like that you have people that care about you, and it's not really about anything else except for having people that you care about and having people that care about you.
Yep.
So I fucking love It's a Wonderful Life.
Same here, pal.
Yep. Hot dog.
Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Where do we go from here?
I don't know. What Christmas movies do you want to watch this year? What's on your list to grind out?
Jim Carrey Grinch, Polar Express, Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh.
Is it just all your movies that you've already listed?
Well, no. I don't need to watch...
That's what it is so far.
I don't need to watch the Home Alones because I see them so much. And I've been like going to bed to the Home Alones.
I noticed that.
So I'm all right.
I was laying in bed and I heard, but my Tommy gun don't. And I heard you go, from in my bedroom.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And I want to watch some new stuff. I want to watch like Black Christmas. And maybe some of the older stuff, like the claymation stuff.
Yeah.
I'd like to watch that. Oh, I'd also like to watch Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, dude. That's fucking...
It's just kind of
awesome.
hard to get a hold of. It's not on any streaming, so we'd probably have to rent it. But I'd pay some bones for the old CB.
Yes, dude. Me too.
I feel like he's earned it.
It's been forever since I've seen anything Charlie Brown related.
Yeah. It's because it normally came on TV, and we don't watch TV anymore.
Yeah.
Like live TV. So you only watch what you put on.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
You used to stumble across things as
I don't even know if I remember a lot of the kids' names anymore.
Charlie Brown, Snoopy,
Woodstock. I know Linus is the one.
Linus?
Yeah, he's the one with the blanket.
That's it. That's all I remember.
The black hair girl that kept moving the football. Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name.
Yeah. And I guess that's all we got.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't the worst scoop.
Wasn't definitely wasn't like fucking
wasn't like
scoop
top
of
tier
like
scoop.
pistachio, but it also wasn't like classic cookies and cream or chocolate.
It's kind of like Neapolitan.
Yeah.
Like Metropolitan. One of the Politans.
They call it something.
What?
They call it something. I don't know if it's Neapolitan or Metropolitan, whatever the fuck.
They call it I said the right name the first time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Neapolitan.
Neapolitan.
You didn't believe me?
No, I never really call it that.
Well, you don't ever have to call it anything because no one buys it.
Exactly.
It's something that you look at as you walk past it and go to the good ice cream. That's what it is.
Oh, and I'm sure people are wondering, but I don't really consider Die Hard a Christmas movie in my Christmas lineup. I know people say it is. I know it does take place on Christmas, but when I think of Christmas movies, it almost never comes up for me.
I think it is a Christmas movie, but this ranking was ranked by how important it is for me to watch it at Christmas. And like Die Hard's probably right behind like It's a Wonderful Life for best movie that takes place at Christmas.
Yeah.
But the Christmas vibes aren't really there as much as the other things in my top 5. So it'd be right outside. If we did a top 10, it'd be in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Die Hard's sick.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Not sure what we're going to talk about next week. Still need to see Boy and the Heron.
Yes.
Saltburn left theaters, so fuck us.
That's awesome. No gay for us.
No licking fluids out of a bathtub off the ground.
That happens?
Allegedly.
Holy mackerel.
And we missed it on the big screen.
We're the worst, dude.
Yeah. Oh. Wonka comes out this week.
Ooh. That'll be something.
Yep. Die Hard's still in theaters, but Carl hates me. So that's good. Yeah, pretty
because
much.
Of your fucking wise ass remarks on my Home Alones.
No, you turned down Die Hard before today, so don't twist it like it's something like
it's a culmination of you.
No, I said, "Hey, my good pal, who I love, don't you want to see Die Hard with me in theaters?" And he said, "Go fuck yourself. I hate you." That's what he said. Don't listen to what he says. I'm telling you, that's what happened. I don't know why he hates me so much, but if my good pal asked me to see Die Hard with him in theaters, I'd go. That's what I know. I'm telling you facts.
I might go this week. I just didn't want to go for the weekend.
Now he's changing up. Now that there's a live audience, now he's changing up.
Live audience.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll be back next week. Probably going to talk about some Christmas stuff again.
Some Christmas stuff. Probably Wonka. Probably Boy and the Heron.
Probably underrated Christmas movies.
Now that's a good one because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
People hate Christmas movies for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Beats me, dude.
Yeah. But people will watch A Christmas Story.
Yeah. People have a bad time but don't like the good time stuff.
Tell me about it.
That adds up.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. See you next week on the Jolly Scoop.
Jolly Scoop.